Hey, it's Tom Zeeb with Matt Kamp from DealMachine. And look, I don't know if you were on the main DealMachine announcement webinar. They have put out something so absurdly cool, so absurdly groovy. This feature is awesome. It's yet another game changer. Matt, I was impressed last year adding in all the skip trace data was phenomenal.
For
This
sure.
now takes that even one step further. And there's a couple really cool, interesting things that I want to talk about. But here, look, I'm going to leave it to you to announce what it is.
Absolutely. So again, Tom, love teaming up with you on this, especially with this feature, man. I think this just plays so well into everything else that you're setting up for people to give them success and really give them things like, really the guidance and education they need. And this is the technology to enable them to take action on that guidance and education. So on our end, like you said, I mean, end of last year, we launched that unlimited free skip tracing, right? The unlimited contact information. And really our goal with that was to change the game on how people are paying for data, how people are thinking about even their marketing budgets. Like we were saving people hundreds and even thousands of dollars a month with that feature, which has been amazing to get that feedback from you guys. The main thing since then that we've been hearing is awesome. I have all this contact info. Now what do I do with it? Do I have to export it and put it somewhere else and then make some calls? And like, how do I take the next step and do what really matters, not just building a list or finding a list or driving for dollars or all that, but turn those addresses into conversations. And that's where the real magic happens, right? That's where deals are coming from, is you taking the right actions consistently over and over again. So to help people with that and to remove every barrier they possibly need, we're super excited to announce the DealMachine AI powered dialer. And so that is going to be amazing, built right into DealMachine right there. I'll show off some of the highlights of it. We're going to do a follow-up training on this for you guys specifically. So only for Tom's list, only for Tom's community. I'm going to come on and give you guys a real deep dive training, show you everything that has to do with this dialer, and then also let you ask questions, give you a preview of what's coming. We're launching it here, and then it's going to continue to evolve. So I'm really excited to go through that with you guys. We're going to have that as well. So I'll try to include a link to that here too. But the dialer overall, to kind of give you just a brief overview here, there's really three main elements that make this thing different than anything you've seen before. First one is outbound calling. So getting in there, we have invented a new unique process to avoid being labeled spam, which that is I mean, as you may know, if you're using any kind of dialer, that's the number one thing that's going to tank your contact rate. Is if you show up as spam, or if you're making calls from your cell phone and that number gets marked as spam, like you're in a bad spot. No, people are not going to be picking up those calls. So we have proactively focused on addressing that. I'll show you guys what we're doing there. The second thing is inbound calls. So receiving those calls, call tracking, and getting those calls directly in your DealMachine account, and kind of tracking the ROI of everything else you're doing, right? By getting those inbound calls. So I'll show you guys that. And then the final thing is the AI enablement throughout the entire process. And AI it's such a buzzword. You hear a lot of people just throw it in like, this is AI, this is AI. I mean, you can hear a lot of fluff. This is a real use case for AI like this. Like I'm really excited to kind of show all these things off. And then also, like, you've got the unlimited contact information that's skip tracing in DealMachine. You've got all the property data you need. You've got all the demographic data. It's just all right there for you. That combined with this new dialer just makes it so powerful and easy to use. So excited to dig into this, man.
Yeah. So just to make it really clear, because we missed it, the new feature is a dialer, literally like a phone dialer. So you don't have to do anything now, right? You click on the button and start talking to the person. It
Yep.
will dial out automatically for you. So yeah, all those great phone numbers that the skip tracing service through DealMachine is now showing you, you don't even have to pick up your own phone and call anymore. You just click dial and it'll happen automatically through your computer.
Exactly. Yep. Yep. And the big thing that we want to bring to the table here too is usually if you're using any kind of dialer in general that's outside of this platform, you have to get onboarded into that and then learn a new platform and get it by a number and validate that. And then probably the most worrisome part is you have to download data from somewhere else, upload it into there, and hope you don't lose any numbers and make sure the data transfer works well. Like the whole process is a bit of a headache and something that is not cheap as well. And so inside DealMachine, the awesome thing is that when you jump in, like you said, it just works. It's just right there for you. You press the call button on a list or an individual number, and it just starts going. So we want to remove every possible barrier that could lead to procrastination, that could stop you from doing what actually matters, which is having real conversations with sellers. We just give you that button to do that now inside DealMachine. So
Right.
there we go. So let
Yeah.
me show you that here.
Let's see it. Because you got to get into conversations with people because the conversion happens in the conversation. So
Mm-hmm.
you don't you're not going to get them to say yes to a deal until you start that conversation and kind of just but people hesitate at that. Sometimes that biggest fear is picking up the phone. Well, that's gone now. You just click on the icon and you're going to be connected over the phone. So that speeds things up a lot. And Matt, there's one other thing I was thinking of.
Yeah.
You're describing how messy it used to be to have to use a dialer. Or
Mhm.
if you want to use a dialer, it's messy just to have a list of phone numbers and have to call them.
For
It's
sure.
messy to try to put them into a dialer service, figure all of it out, make the spam compliance, all this other nonsense learning a new piece of software. That's now all streamlined, like you said. Just the comparison I want to make is just like driving for deals used to be kind of messy. It's
Mm-hmm.
always been a great technique, but it's always been messy because you had to write down, you drive around, you write down a list of addresses, you try to find the owners, you try to call, you send letters, you send postcards, all of which were separate manual processes that DealMachine lobbed together and streamlined and made it really smooth and easy in a one-stop shop. Well, now that we're adding the dialer in, you're taking yet another messy process, merging it in and simplifying it, making all of our lives as real estate investors a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah, and that's our goal. I mean, our mission is to give everyone the power of real estate investing using technology to make that just way more simple and easy to take that action. So, yeah, man, that's now in DealMachine, as you can see right here. If you are familiar with DealMachine at all, you'll notice a few new things. If not, what you're viewing here is the desktop version. There's a mobile app as well. And what Tom's talking about is typically you're either pulling a list or driving for dollars and adding leads that way, adding addresses to DealMachine. So, normally it locks onto your location. You've got a map right here. You click on a property, you hit add, and it's going to pin that property, and it's going to, you're building your list of leads to reach out to, right? Now, what's new is when you go up into DealMachine, you'll notice there's a dialer tab up here now.
Nice.
There is a dashboard that's enhanced now to really give you a real sense of your ROI and all of your tracking of everything you're doing. But when you click into even leads right here, where we just saved an individual address, you click on those leads. Here's the address I just saved. You can go down, and now if I look at individual phone numbers right here, you'll notice there's a call button. That's it right there. Is you hit call. It's
Yep.
as simple as possible. You can pop open. I've got my driving for dollars list right here in my business. I've got a call button here now next to start mail, and it's going to start calling those 715 numbers right there for me, or 715 leads.
Nice.
So starting right there, really simple and easy. Again, when you do that, it's going to pop, and I'll show you here what it looks like in a second, but it's going to pop open the property data. It's going to pop open the demographic data. So when you actually make a call, you'll know like, oh, here's, more about that individual. Here's more about that property. Like you'll have all the context that you need to have some background and make a great call and come in and ask great questions and have done your due diligence right there in front of you. That's what's amazing about having all of that data right in front of you, in addition to everything else, in addition to being able to call. So,
Matt, I'm noticing that you have numbers that are highlighted and numbers that are grayed out. And the grayed out ones say DNC, which is the do not call list. I know a lot of people worry about that. Like, well, what if the number's on the do not call list? So it looks like you can't dial those using the dialer.
yeah, there's a setting to scrub those or not. So
Okay.
we leave it, give it to the power to the user here to actually make that decision and run with it from there. So
yeah, I personally have no issues doing it because you're not mass dialing. You're dialing one by one. And when I checked with my legal counsel, they were cool with that.
yeah, and the big thing with that too, I mean, DNC is really meant to stop people who are soliciting and trying to sell you something.
Yeah.
We're trying to buy their house.
It's
So
true.
it's just you go by the letter of the law there. That's what you're looking at. But yeah, it's it's good to talk to your counsel, like you said, and default to that. But I'll say when we go through this too, what you'll notice is I'll do one kind of an example dial. So I'll either call. I can either call you, Tom, or try calling myself, either way, to kind of really show this off in action. But what I'll say, you'll notice right away is you get a transcript right in front of you. So it's real time is the AI piece of it to start off with the outbound calls. You
Ah,
get a real time transcript where it says, here's what Tom's saying, here's what I'm saying, here's what Tom's saying. And it goes back and forth for you right there. And that's in your records now forever. You can easily refer back to those calls, see, take notes or use that for your notes and stuff. But the amazing thing on top of that is there's also going to be a little button right there that says, what do I say next? And that button
I
is
love that.
incredible. It plugs in AI saying, hey, based on where we're at in the conversation, what is it gives you kind of this real-time call guidance. So it gives you a little bit of that to understand, what should I ask next to the seller? What should I say next? How should I guide the conversation? The amazing thing, Tom, is like you give people so many good resources to come in, like call scripts and all of that, that you can actually go into Deal Machine, go to your settings right here, dialer settings, and now within all this Alma AI piece, you have a script option. So they can take your scripts, Tom, upload that into Deal Machine, and now you've got a little, Tom guidance on the call right there to give you
Okay.
like general thoughts on, okay, here's how to open the call or how to be able to really guide the conversation with the seller that way. So
Okay. Hmm. I like that. So you can be programming the Deal Machine AI, the Alma, the Deal Machine's AI, to you customize it for your personal taste and how you like to handle things. So
Mhm.
every individual Deal Machine user can do that.
Yep,
That's
customize
awesome.
the you. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, and then not only that, it's also doing real-time sentiment analysis of the call. So when it's done, it'll actually say, here's the call summary, here are the notes from the call, here's what we recommend as the next step. So it actually gives you an ability where it'll say, oh, they didn't answer, or they told me to, it's a warm lead, or remove from list, and it'll kind of mark that call. It'll give you a button to take action on, like or do we want to send mail to them? Like, what is that next step? And then based on your settings right here as well, you have follow-up settings.
Hmm.
So there's a follow-up queue inside Deal Machine where you can go in and say, hey, if they don't answer, you know what? I'll say, remind me to call them in 30 days. Or if it's a warm lead, remind me to call them once a week. A hot lead, remind me to call them every other day. So you can go in here and kind of preset
Yeah.
these settings here. So that way, when you jump into Deal Machine now and I go to that dialer tab, you'll see on the right side, here's my follow-up queue. Oh, I need to call them back today. I need to call them back. And it'll actually help give you that follow-up queue of things to of sellers to continue to work and make sure you're not losing out on any deals.
I like it. Now, one thing you said, Matt, I want to make sure that people, they may not be that AI familiar, right? You hear everything, but
Fair.
sentiment analysis. So you're analyzing the computer AI is analyzing the sentiment of like the feeling of how the call went.
Essentially, yeah. So it's going through and it's telling you, okay, hey, they're using the language that makes it sound like they're either interested or not interested in actually selling their house. So based on that, it'll come in and say, oh yeah, man, you booked an appointment, that's a hot lead, or they told you to take me off the list. That's hey, they're not looking to sell. Let's remove that. So it's kind of helping suggest the next step. It's all adjustable, but it's a way
Yeah,
to save you as much time as possible and continue to follow up with everyone in your pipeline.
interesting. Very cool.
So, so I can make a call. You can see all that going on. There's one other thing I want to point out as we go through this. I will say too, not for this initial launch, but later on, ASAP. We're always working on that next version. You're also going to see some AI role playing there too. So
Of
you
course.
pretty amazing. We've got like pre-programmed sellers that you can actually have a little conversation with. You can call and that way you can get some reps in and be able to use that to continue
Yeah.
to hone your sales skills, right?
Wow. Yeah. No reason to be afraid of making a mistake there. It's just the
Yeah,
computer.
exactly. Yep. So it just helps give you that confidence and help you overcome really any kind of hesitation you might have to making calls like that. So
Sure.
let me show off the interface here. So Tom, would you rather I call you or myself, or what do you think is best here?
Uh, Go ahead, call it yourself. Let's see how it goes.
Cool, awesome. So let's see here. I'll just pop open. Here's phone number. So what you're going to see here is I'm going to make this call. It'll show you the individual kind of I would say interface, and then I can kind of
Yeah.
walk it through verbally. So let me try that call. Here you
I
go.
noticed that was tagged. One number was tagged as landline, one was tagged as wireless. That's cool
Yep.
information
Yep.
to have too.
Yep. So you can see if it's on DNC. See, it's listening right there.
Yep.
Now it's calling me. So I'll mute back and forth so you can kind of see it. Hello. Hello. Hi, is this Matt? Yes, it is. Hey, who is this? And you see that what do I say button down there? Let me click that. So if I say what do I say, again, it's transcribing. Hi, I'm reaching out to see if you might be interested in discussing the sale of your property. No, sorry, I'm not interested right now. You can take me off your list. No problem. Have a great day. So as you can see right here, going back and forth. So that's where, like I'm saying right here, you've got, here's me. Again, it kind of messes up a little bit just because of the echo.
Yeah, that's fine.
But it's showing you, hey, in real time, it transcribes the whole thing. I showed you what do I say next. It kind of gives you that message. The call summary, here you go, asked to be taken off the list. So here's that next step. Oh, they're interested. Okay, not interested. Do you want to send mail? Do you want to stop sending mail? There you go. So
Okay.
that's the one off, and then you can keep hitting next for dialing an actual list and next. Keep going. I'll say to keep you off the spam filters, what we're doing here is we're actually calling them with a non-exclusive outbound number. So the number I just called myself with is not the only number that I get. And the reason being is that in the back end, it's going to be tagging me inside DealMachine with that number. So you're going to see anytime if we left a voicemail, Matt were to call that number back, DealMachine knows that that number is assigned to me for that lead. Now, why that's so powerful is that it'll ring my phone, it'll pull up all the data right there, it'll pull up all the information. I have all that great to go. But why that matters is that in the back end, we have a service always spam cleaning our numbers. So that way it is checking and just going through and saying, oh, let's test this number. If it's spam, okay, throw it out of the pool. And so that way you are never just marked spam by one number and then have to go buy new numbers again and be like in a lot of trouble when people try to call it back. Like it helps keep those numbers clean and make sure that your contact rate goes through the roof. So
that's been one of the big problems we've had with dialers is you burn them out fast. Okay, that's also that's a great worker. I love it.
Yeah, that's built in there. That's all in the back end. I'll say you may have noticed, or actually for that one, it didn't go to voicemail, but if it did go to voicemail, you'll notice there's a little drop voicemail button right there. That one is pretty mind blowing. So I wanted to share this last thing with you guys here for the outbound side. That button, you can actually go in, and if you would like, again, it's opt-in. If you would like in the settings here, you can actually create an AI that mimics your voice. So you can go into the dialer settings, create that, and now if I upload this, it'll mimic my voice with the voicemail. And so I just hit drop voicemail and it'll sound like me. It'll say their name, it'll say the right address, it'll say the right callback number, all of that, but I don't have to record anything else.
Wait a minute. So, wait. It's not just a pre-recorded, hi, it's Tom. Sorry I missed you. You're saying, hi, Matt, it's Tom calling about what was it, 3434. So it takes your voice and pretends to be you and customizes in the information on that exact lead and puts in the overall message.
Exactly. Yep. So it customizes all that. It's crazy, man. You hit one button and it saves you a ton of time, and that way you don't have to go back and be able to make sure you're like messing up any of the details and the callback numbers correct. Like it's been pretty incredible. So
all right, I'll take back everything I ever said negative about AI. I just didn't see people using it for anything smart. This is beautiful.
Yeah, that's the big thing is like most of it is people just throwing on that label because it's the cool thing to do or whatever. But yeah, it's now our goal is to make it a productivity tool, right? So as you're going through all this, you do have a new dashboard. So the dialer right here, you'll see here's my contact rate, here's how many calls I've made. Kind of show you stats on all of that. You can see like dialer sessions. So my partner came in here, made a bunch of calls. Incoming activity, if they text you, that text message is going to come right into here. So you can actually see that pop up inside DealMachine too. So that way you can take action on that. outgoing again, and those are all the numbers you've dialed, and you can even see like individual conversations you've had where I can click on let's see, here you go, going back and forth. So
Oh,
if
I
you're
mean,
not interested, you can actually see the conversation, what happened.
yeah. I mean, I normally summarize my calls and put them in my notes, but not the exact. I don't transcribe what I'm saying, what they're saying. That's awesome. And that's there, that
Yep.
just sits in the records history.
Yep, sits right there for you. Yep.
Jeez.
Yeah. So all good to go there.
Okay.
And then the overall dashboard too. So this now is a great place to track what you're doing across all of Deal Machine. You've got all your driving for dollars leads right here, all my list pulled leads right here, all the calls that we've made and our kind of like our contact rate on that, mail that we've sent, and this mail send piece. This is the other thing. So you've got outbound calls, right? You've got calls that you're reaching out to people. You now also have the ability to track your inbound calls. And so if you're sending out direct mail in Deal Machine, you're adding leads and you're hitting start mail, on any individual lead right here, which we've gone on quite a bit of trainings teaching people how to do that. If I'm sending them this mailer, now there's going to be a call tracking number. You get one call tracking number in Deal Machine. You can purchase more, but you get one with your account. And that call tracking number is set there so that way if they call back that number, Deal Machine knows, hey, it's going to ring in Deal Machine. It's going to ring your phone and pop that open. And then also track in the dashboard right here, showing you like, hey, here's how many people have called back your postcards. And you can even, if you purchase multiple numbers, you could say, oh, for this postcard template, use this number. For this postcard template, use this number. And that way you can figure out which templates are performing and optimize your mail spend.
Okay. So you can get as fancy as you want or keep it as simple as you want.
Exactly. Yep.
Oh,
So it'll automatically just put that call tracking number on there if you want to hit send mail and you're good to
yeah.
go. But if you want to get really a deep dive on the mail and understanding how to optimize your different mail campaigns, putting different call tracking numbers on those goes a really long way. So
Nice.
there we go. That's kind of the main deal here. You got outbound, you got inbound, you've got all this data, all the contact information, all the data about the property and the individual calling you, and it's tracking that whole thing for you there and using AI in a way that's actually useful. So that's we're excited to get that out there, man.
I love it. I love it. Matt, that's phenomenal. So how do we get this? This is in Deal Machine now?
Yeah. So as we're watching this video, I know you're dropping it with it being live.
Yep.
If you're a current Deal Machine customer, we'll give you that chance to upgrade into getting this feature too. I'll say in general, like we do have a sale going on from July 1st through 10th. So I'll make sure, Tommy, you get that link as well.
Yep.
So that way people want to do this is a full year commitment. So as if you're like all in and you're saying, yes, I'm going to use this and I want a way better deal using this than I would getting just through the site. Get this while you can there is for 1st through the 10th. It's almost like a Black Friday style sale here where you can come in and get Deal Machine for a year for free. You get unlimited calling with that. You get everything we just showed you comes with that deal. So we'll link to that too. But yeah, and on top of all this, again, Tom, we're going to do that exclusive training for you guys to really show even more features on this, really dive deep with you on best practices on all this stuff and give you a chance to ask questions and make sure that you're out there going to do more deals using this stuff. So.
Oh yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, good, gang. So I will put that link in my emails and I'll make sure I send more than one email so you'll have it. Any questions, just email me, email Carolina. We'll happily take care of you, get everything set. Matt, that's so cool. I mean, it's
Yeah.
literally making real estate investing a heck of a lot easier, making our lives roll a lot smoother.
That's our goal, man. We wanted to save you as much time as possible, really help you optimize any kind of marketing spend you're using, make it as approachable as possible. And then with your knowledge too, like being able to put in your scripts, being able to use your negotiating skills, like this is an awesome complement to that. So we love teaming up with you on that. We know people that are coming from you are set up to succeed because they know all of that and they're learning that. So it's just dealmachine.com/Tom also is going to get you just the 7-day free trial and everything else. Like normal. So I'll make sure that you guys have that set up too. But
Cool.
I'm here to help you succeed and get out there and let's do some deals. Happy deal finding.
Gotcha. DealMachine.com/Tom, including a 7-day free trial. So you have absolutely nothing. Use it. See if you like it. and keep using it. Use it and get deals, because that's the whole point of it. It's awesome. DealMachine.com/Tom, Tom. Keep it easy. Awesome, Matt. Thanks. Anything else we should add?
No, I think I'm ready to go. I mean, the big thing again is show up for that other training if you want to learn all the specifics on the dialer, and we can get into more that way. But I wanted to at least show off the main highlights, and we're very excited. We've had some beta testers using it for literally about 10 days or so. We already have people on the line with deals like one right now that is locked up and focused on the dispo side now. So it's already been getting amazing reviews. And again, the goal is just to make it simple and easy, give you that call button right there, and remove every barrier that you could have from taking action.
That's straightforward enough to, I think everyone could figure that out. I mean, by all means, join us for the in-depth webinar. We go deeper into how to use it and whatnot, but there's no reason you wouldn't figure that out right now. Jump into the trial, click on the call button, and start talking to people. It's great. And if you get stuck, ask AI for help.
There you go. Love it.
Good stuff. All right, Matt, thank you very much. And we'll talk to you again very soon.
Perfect. Thanks, Tom.